Hey, welcome back to Coffee and Creatives. I'm George, and whether you're listening with a coffee in hand, on a drive, or during a creative block, this podcast is for you. Let's dive in. So thank you guys for being on the podcast today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
And so before we kind of dive more in, why don't you let me know a little bit, each of you, just let us know like who you are and what you do.
I'm Nate. I sing in the band Livingroom for Small.
Yeah.
I'm Owen, and I play guitar and sing a little bit of backups in the band.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I was when you guys reached out, I started listening to some of your stuff, and I was like, "This is good." Like you guys have
thank
some
you.
fantastic music. It's
Thanks,
very
man.
much the style that like I listened to when I was younger, and it's very much something that I would like. You know, you have some of those days, and you're like, I want to put on something from like a throwback, but I don't want to listen to an actual throwback.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, I feel like your guys' style is kind of like that
Nice, like
90s,
kinda, like nostalgic.
We've been
like
getting
real
vibes.
nostalgic kind of
Yeah.
feel. Like it's like you're kind of back.
Yeah,
We've
Yeah.
got that a lot recently. It's like
Mhm.
very, like, oh, it's like it sounds like a nostalgic thing to me, and yeah, it reminds me of bands I listened to growing up. But it's
Yeah.
like new,
Mhm.
which is cool.
yeah. Like we get a lot of people coming up saying like, "You remind me of like my favorite like pop punk bands
Yeah.
from like Warped Tour," and I was like, I didn't know we were pop punk, but okay.
Yeah. Well, you'll take the compliment.
Yeah, thanks.
How did it all come together as a band with you guys? Like, take me back to when you guys met. Did you know each other previous to that, and then at some point, like, what did that kind of?
Yeah, we
Like-
were in like 45 different bands in
Fair enough.
high school, college. No, did we meet when I met you through a mutual friend?
I
who
was in
like-
college, and
Yeah.
we had a mutual friend that basically introduced us.
Yeah, like off like Kijiji and like Facebook.
Yeah, like Facebook and stuff, and then had a couple rehearsals and just jammed like the 1975 covers and
Yeah.
bands that we liked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we tried making a project, and then
I feel like when you're at that age, you're like just trying to be exactly like your favorite bands.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So like
Yep.
instead of like just writing music, you're like trying to
Mhm.
like replicate
Yeah.
things. So it just never worked out because we all listened to like vastly different music.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
So you're all trying to put different
yeah, it's
inputs
like
from
I want it
different-
to be like this band. Man.
Yeah.
yeah, and then we were just like not really writing any music, and
Mhm.
some of us went to a different band. Like I used to be in a different band for 3 years,
Yeah.
and then I didn't really like talk to Nate until after that. I think around like COVID, like 2020, 2021, and then
Yeah, you started doing like a fashion clothing brand.
yeah, I made a clothing brand.
Oh,
I was just
sweet.
like, I'm bored and I want to
Yeah.
make like
And you messaged me and you're like, can you like,
model.
Yeah.
Model.
Like, can you model for me?
because I always like Nate's
All right.
style. So
Yeah.
I was like, if you want to model the clothes I'm
Yeah.
trying to sell, and I sold nothing. But then we were just like listening to music, and we've always got along genre wise and
Mhm.
bands that we like.
Yeah.
I remember it was when the Fine Line Harry Styles album came
Mm.
out,
Mm.
where like we were both like, this album is sick.
Yeah.
And then we would like jam a bit because like you were still playing music. I was like just getting back into doing music because
Yeah.
I had not done music for like a couple of years at that
Mhm.
point. Yeah, and then we did the Harry Styles cover, and then that was kind of where it all like snowballed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And just kind of started to.
Yeah.
Where did the name Living Room for Small come from?
I think we were just like
It's a unique name. It's something you
yeah.
don't forget. Like I think
Mhm.
that's what I liked so much about it is as soon as I
Yeah.
heard the name, and then there was a couple weeks passed, and I was like, I need to listen to this band, and I almost instantly was like, Living Room for Small. Like it's like
Yeah, we always tell people it's because we started in a living room.
yeah,
Yeah.
So, like Owen would come over to my house and we would like jam like in my living room.
that's awesome.
And that's still where we produce everything.
Yeah.
Like we had a studio in my basement, but then I now live down there. So we moved everything back up to the living room. So
Nice.
it's like full circle again.
Mhm.
But
that's sweet.
truthfully, it feels like kind of letting like the genie out of the
Are we
bottle
gonna-
a little.
are we gonna
I
disclose
mean, you
it
don't
here?
have to. You don't
No.
have to disclose anything.
I think you and me just couldn't think of anything, so we started looking through lyrics of like our favorite songs.
Yeah,
And
from
we were gonna
bands.
be called Dressed Like Dusk
because
Do
we
you
like the
remember
band
that?
Bad Sons.
Okay.
So they have a
Dressed
lyric.
Like Dusk sounds sick. I still think that we should change the name.
Change it now.
But it's I mentioned the 1975 before,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in the song very, very minimally. Like it's in the bridge of I Just Want to Die Sometime.
I always want to.
I always want to die
sometimes.
sometime.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm really a fan.
Yeah.
I don't even know the name of the song.
Come on, buddy.
But yeah, it's like really reverbed out like in
Yeah.
the bridge. So I'm
Mhm.
like, this is fine.
Yeah.
And
that
when
is
he does
cool.
like the genuine like lyric breakdown or like
It's the only one
Yeah,
he
like is it
missed.
called Genius lyrics? What's it called?
genius lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only line that he doesn't talk about, and I'm like, that's perfect.
We're safe.
Yeah.
It's so
That's awesome.
so vague.
Yeah.
Well,
That's crazy.
I looked over the lyrics and I was like, this is like, I really like just the way it flows.
Living
Yeah.
room for small.
And
Mhm.
I was like, this is unique. And
And it felt like cool because it was like we started in this living room and no one knows who the fuck we are.
Yeah. 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 No, that's so true. It always crazy, I feel like, to like when you start something to look back to where it all started and to kind of like see that growth and
Mhm.
kind of like to think to a name or a component or something that kind of like got you to where you are and it kind of like helped push you. What does your like songwriting process look like? What is that? Is that like, do you kind of like separately do stuff and then you kind of like come together with ideas and kind of like bounce off each other? Like, what's that like creative process like?
It depends. Sometimes we write together. Sometimes Jesse will come down from like Scarborough and we'll
Mhm.
do like day sessions where we either work on mixes or we just get like inspired and work on a new song.
Mhm.
Like we have a song called Daydream that we wrote in like
A day.
yeah, like one day, like by accident.
Yeah.
Like
Like there was like no plan.
Mhm.
It was like I had a couple chords and then Jesse was like, you should keep going with that. And then it just like snowballed into a full-fledged song.
Yeah.
yeah, it's funny enough. It's always when you're like mixing
Yeah.
that Jesse and I are like in the back of the room, just like not vibing with anything.
Like
that
chirp, yeah, like chirp
Yeah.
me. Like, I'm bored. I'm
Yeah, we're
bored.
like, I'm so bored.
Yeah.
But yeah, Daydream just kind of came out of nowhere. But usually
Mhm.
it's like you and me will sit down, or like you'll be writing, and I'll like what you're doing, and then I'll ask you to bounce it, and then I'll go
Mhm.
downstairs to my like vocal studio,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll start writing vocals for whatever he's working on upstairs, or
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
kind of like meet in the middle, and then we make everything work.
Yeah. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
it's cool because we all have the same taste in music, but we also have a lot of differences where
Mhm.
like I know that Nate is like before we did the band, like he loves bands like Periphery and stuff
Mhm.
like that, where I like them too, but we can pull from each other's bands that we may not listen to all the time, but
Yeah.
that was what makes like the uniqueness,
Right.
because we can pull from like many different genres. I think that's
Mhm.
why
yeah,
like we blend so well, is that
Yeah.
we can do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like you really like the 1975, and I like Linkin Park.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can we make this?
Like we
work?
make them
And then I feel
together.
like Jesse has a very like, he's in the sense of nostalgia, he pulls from a lot of those bands
Yeah.
too, that kind of
Mhm.
sound,
Mhm.
where especially when he joined, I found that we were doing that more nostalgic sound. Like
Mhm.
Waste My 20s is the song that we made one of the first ones we made when he joined.
Yeah.
So it has that sense of like
Yeah.
going back to a certain time and
Yeah.
living in, or the sense of nostalgia.
Mm-hmm. And with that kind of like taking your similarities, do you ever find times that you kind of clash with ideas and you're like, you kind of butt heads? What does that look like in terms of ironing out when you're like have two very different ideas?
Yeah, man, we fight all the time.
I think it's just part of being in a band.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you find things that someone else will want to try, or in the studio, and you're like, I don't like that, but it's learning how to just like try it and
Yeah.
and then be like, okay, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
I'm one of those people.
yeah, like there's never really been like an argument or like a clash, but
Yeah.
like OMG is an example where we were writing OMG,
Mm-hmm.
which is like our heavy song that has like a breakdown in it.
Yeah.
And it didn't have a breakdown at first, and I was just like in the living room, and I'm like, boys, write a breakdown.
Yeah.
Please.
We
I'm
have
like,
to
this
add one
song
in.
is like dying for a breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember you and Jesse were like both like, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Like we just put it like tease me and like
Yeah.
And then Jesse went to Scarborough and then he like started writing a riff and then he sent it to you and then there was finally a breakdown and
Yeah.
I was like thank you.
We have to
Yeah.
have this. That's crazy. How do kind of like your stories and personal experiences impact your music?
For me, I'm from the UK originally,
Okay.
so a lot of my
Yeah,
like
buddy.
music taste is a lot of British bands.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned the 1975, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
a big fan of like Catfish and the Bottlemen. No, okay, now I'm blanking. Like Bring Me the Horizon,
Yeah.
Architects. Like I got into those heavy bands like a little bit more later on when like being in the band.
Yeah.
But I also love like the Kooks. They're from where I'm from in Brighton.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Kooks, but
The Kooks, yeah.
yeah, but I wasn't confident that they were from the UK, so I
Just
just
wanted to
kept my
make
mouth
sure.
shut.
Also a big like Oasis fan.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like through high school, I just like listened to Oasis like for a year straight. Yeah, like I listened to like Muse and yeah, a lot of Brit pop.
Yeah.
I like as well. So
That's cool.
oh, and like Harry Styles and
Yeah.
like I didn't like One Direction like in high school when it was popular, but I feel like I like it now, and for some reason like I appreciate it more now.
Yeah.
Like that it's like over.
Yeah.
But like yeah, I like all their personal music, and I think I have like every single Harry Styles album on vinyl.
Really? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm missing one, which is the album that we like
Blended.
Yeah, it's the one that we met.
Yeah.
I don't know. I listened to like a lot of like what my dad listened to. So he always had like Metallica or like Alice in Chains and stuff playing. So when I started to find music for my own, it was kind of like bands like My Chemical Romance or like more like rock bands.
Right.
And then I think when I was in high school, I think my girlfriend at the time was like, oh, like Mariana's Trench is like kind of like a good blend of pop and what you listen to. And then I think, yeah, like Mariana's Trench was like my gateway into pop music.
Is there any specific like track or song that you guys have that feels like very personal to the band? Like to kind of the identity of the band or kind of like what you guys built the band around?
It's interesting because I want to know what you would say.
I mean, we could just pick like our top stream song and yeah, it's super important because it has the most streams.
It has the most streams. Yeah.
I don't know. I always kind of think of like what song best defines like our sound, which I usually tell people like Pretty Little Drop Dead Gorgeous, I think is like, if you want to listen to our band, that's like a good like entry point.
Yep.
Because it has like kind of like the high energy kind of pop stuff. It has kind of like rock elements. Every time we play it, people are like, "You sound like a pop punk band." So,
yeah.
So but I think like probably Waste My 20s is like the most important.
Yeah. I'm very biased towards like our song Talk because that was like a big song for when it came out, and it's one of my favorites to play live.
Yeah.
I just find it's a good like I like a lot of the 80s kind of sounds and atmospheric guitar playing. So it's also heavy in parts too. So
yeah,
I just like how it's when we were writing it,
and it was literally the first song that we wrote together.
But it came out third, right?
Yeah, we wrote Talk, and then we did California, and then we did Tease Me, and then we went back to Talk and then put it out.
Okay.
But I remember writing that song and I showed it to a couple of people and they're like, "Oh, the structure is really weird. It just like doesn't make sense." Or it just keeps stopping and starting. And I'm like, "But you don't see like this is the point, is that it's going through a bunch of different like sounds and emotions and feelings musically." So but when we play it live, I find that emotionally, because I'm looking at the crowd a lot when we play, and I can tell that it's like a very heavy song for people.
It's impacting them.
Yeah. And we've been like a couple bands that we've opened for, they're like, "Oh, what was that song Talk? Like you need to like put it out." And we're like, it is out. But thank you.
It's already out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that would be my
Yeah.
kind of my summary of the band in one song, I think.
I feel
But
like-
I like Waste My 20s too.
Yeah.
a lot.
I feel like that's such a defining part of a band is having music that like can impact people and more of just people are just listening for the sake of listening to music,
Mhm.
but they're listening to a song. And I feel like nowadays it's harder to find artists and bands that are making songs that actually make you like reflect and actually when you look at the lyrics and when you listen to them you're like, oh, there's deeper meaning, there's more to this.
100%. Yeah.
And what does that process look like when you're writing that kind of stuff? Like when you wrote that song, did you write it with that intention of we want people to have this as a song that's going to like deeply impact them, or was it kind of like it turned out to be that way?
Well, it was kind of like a happy sounding instrumental. Like when we were writing, it's like din, 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 din.
Yeah.
And
I think
I don't know. I guess I was just in a mood that day.
Yeah.
I think when we write, we're not writing to like, oh, this is going to affect these people. I think it's more just like we write what we feel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like a lot of time I'll write a lot of the instrumentals or Jesse. But then Nate's the like writes all the lyrics and does all the melodies where it works really cohesively. But yeah, like when we're writing songs, we don't really have a goal in mind to be like, this is gonna be for these people, this is gonna be for these people.
Yeah.
It's just what we feel. And if I think there's like a Dave Grohl quote somewhere where it's like there is someone that will resonate with your music no matter what.
Yeah.
You don't have to write for them, but they will resonate with it.
Yeah.
Like I find that in today's kind of like online world, there's a lot of bands that are writing like the TikTok trend or like the Instagram hook or whatever. Where a lot of bands that we follow are like, oh, we're not actually writing music that we like. We're just doing it to like go viral or whatever. Where I'm like, that's what we've been trying to do this whole time is just write genuine music where if people like it, then that's amazing. But we're not gonna like try to write something to be cool or be viral. It will grow in its own way.
Like when I'm writing lyrics, I get really stumped where like I'm like looking at a song and I'm like, this is so like overwhelming. It's like 3 minutes of music that I need to write words over the entire thing. And like talking for 3 minutes doesn't seem like a lot, but if you're just talking and there's no one talking back at you, it's like a one-sided conversation. It's like, this sucks. So like it's pretty daunting. But when I find like a line and I like write a line and I'm like, oh, like the whole song can just like pour out of this one line. Where for Talk, one of my favorite lyrics is actually in the chorus of Talk. It's I don't want to hurt like hell, but I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
So it's like I wrote that and I was like, I know the whole song now.
I feel like that's powerful. Like stuff like that will resonate with people. And as you guys kind of like work on that kind of like style of music and writing stuff that's actually resonating and impactful, how have you seen like the difference in the music industry over like the last couple of years as you guys have just kind of like been living through it? How have you seen like the change and like you mentioned going towards where a lot of bands are just doing TikTok stuff? How have you guys seen the industry change? And have you seen it change in like positive ways, negative ways, a little bit of both?
I feel like we were like very innocent at the start.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, the music industry. It's like the land of opportunity.
I think it's because like with where we are now, we're kind of in that spot where we've opened for some big bands. Like we've played some decent shows hometown wise. Where we're in that next jump stage to like playing outside of our home base. So looking at other bands, where a lot of promoters and stuff are like basing it off of TikTok followers and Instagram followers, where that will pull people. But in reality, what we've seen when we play is playing the show, and then you retain those fans that come out to shows. Like we just opened for Virginia to Vegas in London, where we had like 30 people that had seen us at a prior show in London. Not because they saw some Instagram reel or something,
because they knew you guys.
Because they had actually witnessed us play. Where that's the shift that I've seen, where when we started, it was based on like being viral, and now bands are like realizing now, but like that's not how you build a career.
Yeah.
It, like the bands that we bond over, like I forgot to mention Nothing But Thieves is one that we both love.
Love that band.
Where they're another British band, but
my favorite vocalist.
They've never
of all
been.
time.
Yeah, Connor Mason.
Yeah.
They've never been a band to like succumb to the being viral. Like they just make their art and their music and do what they want to do. Where that's inspiring, especially now.
Yeah.
Where they their music is for them, but they built such a fan base that they don't have to keep like being on camera and being funny or being like trying to get the attention of Instagram or whatever.
Just making music genuinely.
But that's why they're so good, and they're gonna be good for the next like 20 years, is because they have that just like good structure in place.
Yeah, and like I'm super grateful for these like support slots that we get, because I feel like that is like the best outcome for like gaining an audience, where like you can have a viral video and like 100,000 people see it or like it, and then you book a show and then like maybe four people show up. But if you like book a opening slot for a band that someone loves and then they find your music, I feel like they're more dedicated to actually like follow your band and come to another show. Versus like, oh, this band that I follow on TikTok is in my city. Probably not gonna go. But.
I feel like there's something more impactful about going and seeing a band live as opposed to just watching them. There's a couple of years ago, and I got really into. I still listen to them, Texas King. And they're
Texas
like
King,
one of my favorite bands. And like I started listening to them, and then I was like, oh, they're coming to Waterloo. They're playing at Maxwell's there, and so we went. And there's just like something about, just like you were saying, seeing like the passion that they brought to the stage, like seeing that. Like they were there, and they honestly could have been playing that in front of 5 people. Like it was pretty packed in there, probably a couple hundred people. But seeing that, like I could tell that if there was 10 people there, they would be playing the exact same way. And that's, I think, where you see that passion in people, and you see that they're really there, dedicated to like their music for themselves. And I think that internally shows to other people and draws people to a band and to people's personalities as band members to that.
Yeah, definitely. Like Texas King, I know that they're real performers. Like they, I know the singer, he really like just grabs people, and like it's an experience where I think we've always had that philosophy of just like, no matter who's in the crowd and what show it is, how big or small, it's just like we play the hell out of it. Like we just have fun.
110%.
Where I feel like the crowd can really pull or read the band if they're not into it, or if they're not really like into the set, then they don't really respond, or they just don't vibe with the band.
Like I feel like like it ties back to like writing music that you like and that like you want to listen to, because if you're writing music with the intent of like pleasing an audience, and then the audience isn't there, you're not gonna have fun regardless.
No one's gonna be pleased.
So like if like as long as you're writing music that you like and you like to play, then even if there's like 2 people in the crowd, it's still fun to play. It's still a fun show. And I feel like that translates like to those 2 people. It's like they like what they're doing up there.
We've had a couple shows like that where there's maybe 2 people there, but then we're just like, let's just have fun. This is like
crowd surf.
It's like it's almost like a glorified like rehearsal at that point, but it's still like we're just having fun, and if you like us, then you like us. But we've still gained fans from those shows, and they all matter. So it's just a matter of taking any opportunity, and because you never know who will be there.
And just taking a couple steps back to talking about writing and how you guys were saying how you guys each have kind of different elements that you work on. With that, and kind of having like your your main, this is like what I do thrive the best at. How do you guys deal with, if there's times, keeping like your ego in check with each other when you're being creative? And like, is there a way that you guys kind of like help hold each other accountable to be like, hey, we know that this is your main thing, but someone maybe comes in with, oh, well, this is what I do, so you have to listen to me.
I think I can say that in the band, I'm probably the most like hardest to budge on stuff, just because I feel like within the last year or so, like I'm mixing a lot of the stuff. So I'm like, in this mindset of like, no, that won't work, or this will work. But I also know that's like not being creative. So it's just trying to adapt and be more open to all ideas. And because there was the song that speaks to me in mind is our song Headspin, because that song at the beginning, I was like, I don't know if I vibe with this at all.
Right.
And it was very out of pocket in terms of the tone of the song. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know how to write this.
Yeah.
But
it's very different.
But Nate and Jesse were very like,
no, man, this is gonna be sick.
This is gonna be sick.
Right.
But I eventually like heard them out on it.
Yeah.
And now it's like it's a great song.
Yeah.
And we play it live.
We play it live.
Almost
and it's
every
fun.
show.
Yeah. How does it feel, the difference between recording something in the studio or playing live? Those elements feel different, or do you kind of carry that same mentality of, you know, hey, it's just us in the studio, but we still bring like the energy?
Yeah, for sure. I always love like when I'm tracking vocals, I try to give like 110% on like every line, which when you're in the studio, it's really easy to do that, you know, like you just sing it line by line,
right?
And you give it your all, and then you go out on stage and you're like, now I have to sing the whole song, with no stops,
not a bunch of breaks,
which is also fun. I feel like I've gotten smarter at like writing, to where like there's some like demos that I'm like just going full out the whole song, and then we get into rehearsal space and I'm like, not possible.
I can't do this.
I feel like that's how you kind of like, it's a good learning point too. Like you learn what your capabilities are. Like I've written guitar parts that I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to play this and sing or like do backups, or like writing leads that I did it once, but I don't know if I can do it ever again.
I can't do it again. Yeah.
Like, it's like, let me relearn this solo.
It's like our song Bite My Tongue. Like the way I wrote the solo is I think I did like 12 takes of it and then chopped all the best parts. But then when I went to every time we go to play it, the solo's different.
It's got a different element each time.
Like a Frankenstein solo.
Yeah. I feel like that tends to be a part of it. Like you just kind of take what's best when you do it so many times over in a studio. And I think I like that element of, I mean, it's like when you see like artists and then you see them live, and it's like how many of them sound the same or don't sound the same, and it's always interesting to kind of hear the differences in certain aspects. My favorite one is like, if I haven't heard them live, I'm like, is their vocals going to sound the same? That's always my biggest, because there's so many artists I feel like
that's
their
always
vocals
my
sound
fear.
so different.
That's my biggest fear. Is disappointing. I
feel like that's the biggest element for people who are like, I also listen to a lot of the other parts of being a musician myself. I like to like listen to things and be like, oh, I don't remember hearing that part in something. But it also could just be a moment of like not tuning in when you were listening to it the first time, and then being more tuned in the second time. And it was there the first time, but you just didn't quite hear it as much.
I feel that makes live shows unique in a way, because like
you can do like different stuff.
You can
like,
do
a different approach.
It's like I think it's like Led Zeppelin or whatever, but every show that they would play, like there would always be like something that was different. Or like it'd be slightly different timing even, or they would sing melodies in a different way. Now it's like ages ago. Where I feel like that's why you separate recorded music from live music, is because they might do something unexpected. And it's that unexpected thing that you're wanting to go see. Like we mentioned Nothing But Thieves, and funny enough, we weren't talking at the time, but we had went to the same show in Toronto.
We weren't talking.
We were not friends.
But
stay away from me.
I just remember that there was a certain song by Nothing But Thieves where like Connor Mason hits a certain note, and he did the thing, and I was like, that, like I wanted to see it in person. But
do the thing.
Do the thing.
Dance, monkey, dance.
But at the same time, like there's also a lot of variants from the recorded music that you're like, oh, that's cool. Like that's why I like live albums, because there's things that stick out that aren't on the record.
And like also, even if a song's brand new, by the time a band plays it live, they've heard it like thousands of times, like
Right.
like writing and mixing. So they've had all this time to sit on it and like be like, I would do this a little different. And then what, like by the time they play it live, it's like we can play it exactly like the record, or I can sing it a little differently in spots because I've listened to it so much.
Yeah.
And it's like,
is there times where you've done that, where you've gone over a song so many times, then you play it live and you just in the moment are like, I'm going to change this. I'm going to sing it differently. I'm going to play a line differently.
yeah, like Talk, I sing it different than how we do on the record.
Yeah, like I feel like as we like progress in the band, like there's things that we would change going back on the music, where we kind of try to introduce that to the live show, because not everyone can just, we're gonna re-record that, we'll put it out again.
Yeah.
Or
like we can just bring that to the live show.
Or like I'll sing like a harmony because I like how the harmony sounds sometimes more than the lead.
Yeah.
So like it's like, this sounds cooler in the room, so I will do that. But
yeah,
I think
that's good.
I think like a lot of bands as well, like going from recorded music to live music, like we don't jam songs when we write.
Right.
Like a lot of bands,
we're like a studio band.
Yeah, a lot of bands will just like be in a rehearsal room trying to write, where that was like my old band.
Yeah.
Where we're like spinning wheels, like all 5 of us with instruments being really loud, trying to come up with something, where there was something about that that never gelled with me.
Yeah.
But I much prefer like being in front of a computer and like, oh, I want to record that right now. And like, I feel like that's how we've been able to write so much music.
Yeah. It's easier to have like a creative discussion when like you're not all playing at the same time. It's like you
amps
get the
are on
talking
and
stick
amps
now.
and everything. Yeah. I feel like that's such a like a good way of doing it. I can feel like every time that I've done music, I feel like it's just difficult when people are standing around and just like noodling away and playing, and you're all just trying to like think on different things. When you're in those moments of like processing those times of writing music and kind of like having the chats together, do you ever hit creative blocks?
All the time.
What does the process look like when you're literally up against the wall of like, I could literally not be creative right now? Like, what's your go-to get out of that and get back creative?
I may have a different take on it than you. So you both write differently.
How about you go first?
And
I'll think.
I would say like I just work on something else. Like if I'm hitting a wall for too long, I'll just be like, this isn't working right now, but I know that I can find something else that we're working on where I am going to be. But then it might inspire me to go back to working on that idea, because I'll like come up with like a guitar tone or find a sample or something like that where I'm like, oh, I can use this in the other one. And then it snowballs. A lot of the time it's just finding that one unlock that can make a whole song.
That's cool.
But it can be really frustrating at times.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a good way.
I concur even.
That's totally fair. Awesome. Before we wrap up, I have a couple of rapid fire questions that I do at the end of every episode, just for fun. So you can decide the order or whoever thinks of it first. So the first question is, what is your go-to coffee order?
Ooh.
Whether you're making it yourself or if let's say you're like going to a shop.
Iced Americano black.
Ooh.
I think you know mine.
Yours is a vanilla latte.
Love it. What's one
I have made your coffee numerous times.
Yeah.
What's one song you have on repeat right now? And I'm interested to know if it's one of your songs or another band.
Karma by Gutter King.
Okay.
I feel like I don't listen, like, I know.
Shout out Gutter King.
Like, I feel like I don't listen to our music enough. But I don't even know.
I feel like people don't listen to their own. Like, I don't really watch my own podcast. I don't really listen to my own self-talk. I don't really want to do that.
I listen to our music extensively while it's being like produced.
Right.
But I'm almost listening to it as like, or like in like a different perspective where like if I heard this come on in like a shuffle, would I skip this? So like it's like,
Well, that's fair. Yeah.
I would say a song that I've been playing recently is probably, That's still a hard question. Graveyard Whistling by Nothing But Thieves is one that comes to mind.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Or basically anything off the first 1975 record.
Yeah.
I can say that whole record I'll just like repeat.
Yeah.
I think I
Every
repeated
song.
it all week, 1 week.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't not listen to this.
Yeah. I think this one's kind of a unique question, but music or silence while you're working?
If I'm working on music, silence.
Like you mean like work like at a job working?
Like
I would say like while you're, I guess like you kind of want silence while you're producing or writing, like depending on what you're doing.
yeah, like I do like a lot of like design work.
Mm.
So when I'm like drawing and like doing up like merch stuff or like logos, I will listen to music.
Yeah.
Or a podcast. I've gotten more into podcasts now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say like while mixing and like writing, I would say silence because hearing like the details.
Yeah, you're listening to what you're mixing.
Yeah, like that's kind of like the curse as well as like
Mm-hmm.
maybe being a mixing engineer, you're so aware of like everything else that's going on. You're just like, I can't focus right now.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
you have
it's
to be so dialed in.
So funny. It's so funny being in the room with you, like when you're mixing. It's like there's just like the smallest sound, and you're just like,
Yeah.
What was that?
who did that?
was that in the song?
That's fair.
Like, who's getting their ass beat?
Yeah.
But in terms of like working, like I used to work at music store where the most ironic thing was there was no music playing and it made me insane. Like it would drive me insane.
Probably drive me crazy.
But I work at a printing shop now where there's always music playing, and if there isn't music playing, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like there just cannot be music playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I would go insane if there was no
that's
music.
So true. Favorite TV show or movie?
Shit. My favorite movie is Gremlins.
Okay. Yeah.
My favorite TV show, I don't know.
Like that's a tricky one. There's so many TV shows right now.
Yeah, like I can't think of a single show. I really liked Welcome to Derry.
Okay, I never watched that one.
That's the It one, right?
Yeah, it's like the new It show.
Okay.
It's really good.
I'm a big Star Wars fan, so
Nice. Yep.
I would say my favorite movie of all time is Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
In terms of TV shows, that's also a really hard question.
I changed my answer. My answer is One Piece.
One Piece. The new show or the actual animation?
I've watched over 1,000 episodes of the anime, so I feel like I can't say that's not my favorite show. That's true. That's the most
That's
TV I have watched.
Yeah, if you watch
Dedication.
that many, it's your favorite. Yeah.
I would say TV show, probably like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or like I really like Sons of Anarchy as well.
That was a good one. I feel like it trailed off at the end.
It trailed off, and I feel like
But
I've watched it like 4 times now, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this could have been so much better.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know why I like that show, but there's something. I'm a big Charlie Hunnam fan.
Okay. Yeah.
So anything he does is
you'll
cool.
Watch. This is an interesting one, but what's like the weirdest habit you have? It's kind of a unique question.
Do you know any habits that I have that's weird?
Just something you do. Like for
Weird
me,
and
the
quirky.
example is like in my office, I have 4 different lamps that I use when I work,
okay.
and I have to turn them all on in the same order
Oh, okay.
every single time. Turn them off doesn't matter, but when I turn them on in the morning, they all have to be turned on. So, which to me, I'm like, that's kind of like a weird habit, but it's just something that if I break it, it feels off.
wrong.
Feels wrong.
Yeah, like my day is ruined.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's a weird habit?
I would say that I have like if I'm like focusing on something, it's like a leg shake or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people have that.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Everybody
have that
bounces
can't
that
sit
leg.
still. Yeah. I feel like especially people who play music.
Yeah.
100%.
Or like especially like rhythm wise. I used to be really bad at like just like drumming.
Yeah.
Or like tapping my feet. Like especially when I lived at home, my parents just be like, "Stop."
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't.
the whole
Like,
house.
it's the music in me,
Yeah.
mom and dad.
My bad habit. It's not really a habit, but I have like this weird thing where like if I'm talking to someone,
Yeah.
I will become like aware of like the fact that I'm looking at them, and then I will like look at like different places. Like I can't look someone in the face for too long, because then I have this like out of body experience. Like, what do I look like staring at this person?
Looking at yourself. That's awesome. That's funny.
Which is horrible for like job interviews. But
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
You just
It's like,
as long as your head doesn't start turning at the same time.
yeah.
Sweet or salty snacks?
Salty, savory.
Sometimes both.
Yeah, a little bit of both
Get
together.
that Chicago mix in you, bud.
What is like one thing that sparks your creativity? Like instantly, you just get creative.
I would say like seeing what my favorite bands are doing.
Yeah.
And that kind of like sparks like, oh, I want that, or I want to try that, or I want to write something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That usually is like when it makes me go to the desk and try to write something.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because I know
when
it's
I'm
like capable.
to music.
Yeah.
It's like, that was a really cool part.
Or
I also want to write a really cool part.
Yeah.
Or lately, like you mentioned listening to some podcasts, and
Mm-hmm.
there was a podcast I listened to with, it was like the drummer of Under Oath.
Okay.
Where he had like a very specific like outlook on the industry and like writing.
Yeah.
Where he's like he's in like a very, very heavy band, but he also writes country, and he writes country music for these like Nashville artists.
Yeah.
And which is not at all what I thought he would do.
Yeah.
But
unique.
He has a very cool outlook of just write what you want, and it doesn't matter if it sucks. And just like ideas will stick, and ideas will like just not make it.
Yeah.
But that's just part of it.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to Nashville and I texted you and I was like, we are so out of our league. Like I was in Nashville and there's live music like every hour of the day in like almost every bar or like restaurant.
Yeah.
And like they're playing covers and it's like the best band I've ever seen in my whole life. Just like in like every bar in Nashville.
Yeah.
That's
and
crazy.
I'm just like texting you and I'm like, I don't know what we're going to do, man. We can just never play Nashville.
Yeah. It's so crazy. And last one, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh man.
Invisibility.
I like it.
Leave me alone.
Man. I would say the ability to not age.
That's so sick. I can't wait
But
to be
you
old.
can turn it off if you want to.
Oh, okay. I like that.
That's a good one.
That's true, because
you can, like, pick- you can,
really
like, pick an
bad.
age.
You could be like, all right, I'll start to age now.
Yeah, but you've had enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the podcast. I definitely appreciate it. This was a fantastic conversation.
Oh,
I think
thank
I
you.
learned a lot.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Awesome.